Hi guys, guess what the clown just got? He got hooked up by Bendpak with a brand new lift, baby. This is Bendpak's XPR 10A S-LP. The 10 means 10,000 pound lift, A means asymmetrical, and S means has screw-on pads, and LP means low profile arms, which gets under lowered cars like mine. Now to install a big lift like this, you pretty much need a 12 by 12 foot square box to fit this under. This garage I built specifically for this lift. That first ridge over there is 13 feet high in the air, and it's 2.5 feet from that ridge to the end of the garage. The middle ridge in the middle is 15 feet high, and same thing there, 13 feet going down 2.5 feet over to the end of the garage. Now my garage is 22 feet wide and 20 feet long from the garage door to the front of the garage over here. And usually you want the post to be about 9 feet from the wall. And if you have a toolbox in the front, you might want to position it a little further back. Now this lift needs 220 power. So I have a video that I did on how to wire a sub panel to your garage, 220. That's in the description below, I'll put a link. The only thing I would do different in that video would be I used sheathed cable, service entry cable, and conduit. I would probably just change it to single wires in conduit, individual wires. But everything else probably be the same. And of course you have to adhere to your town codes, electrical codes, so use that just as a guide. Okay, what I did to hook this up was I got 4 cables for 220 line, 10 gauge. There were ones for neutral, ones for ground, and the 2 power wires. And I put them in this conduit here, which goes all the way up to this box, and then I put the flexible tubing over here and wired it here. Only the 2 powers and the ground cables are used. This 4th cable for neutral is not used on this lift. The other wire you see here is just 3 cables that I pulled over to put an outlet next to this lift. But that's all you'll need over here is 3 10 gauge wires. It also depends, if you're over 100 feet from the sub panel to the lift, you're gonna have to go down a gauge. It has to be a thicker cable. So that's one other thing that you have to note when you do this. Another thing I did to this garage was I put custom tracks in. The tracks hug the ceiling on top, as you can see over there. And I put a door opener that opens up on the side over here. So I have nothing in the middle, no obstructions in the way. One last thing to get the garage ready that I did here was I put a slab in, a cement slab. I had 3 inches of cement and it wasn't enough. Each lift, you look at the max capacity pounds it could handle. This is, like I said, it's a 10,000 pound lift. So this needed at least 4 inches of cement at 3,000 PSI. So I put a slab here. I started on the wall over here and went all the way over. As you can see over here. Excuse me, I have a bunch of stuff on the way. I'm working on a project right now. And the slab ends over here. And this is an 8-inch slab at 4,000 PSI I did with rebar in it. So it's a little bit of overkill, but that's what I like to do. Now to operate this lift is very simple. You have a button here that raises it. You have a lever here that lowers it. And when you raise it, you're going to be hearing a series of clicks or bangs, whatever you want to call it. This will be going up and down, up and down. That's the locks engaging and disengaging as you raise it up. Now, you should never leave the lift with a heavy weight on it supported just by the hydraulic cylinders. It should be always on the locks. So what I like to do, what you should do also, go right above where you hear the last click, go up a couple inches, then leave it there and lower it down with this lever until the lift rests on the locks. So I'll show you how that looks like. Now here's the money shot. Once you raise it up like this, all the ladies will be banging on your doorstep. Now once you're off the ground a little bit like this, what you want to do is you grab the car, you shake it up and down, and it's not wobbling or hitting up and down on the lift or anything like that, and you know you're pretty much secure. So what I also like to do is, this was already set up, but I go up maybe an inch or two, I go underneath and make sure I'm at the right points, the lifting points, then go all the way up with it. So let's commence the lifting. That was the first lock. That was the last lock. Now go ahead and push this lever down so it could sit on the locks. And now you're good. Woo! Look at this, baby. I can walk underneath. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I love it. Everything's nice and easy to get to. No more crawling around the asphalt or the cement. I thought I'd also mention, you also get extensions over here. 4 extensions for pads, just in case you have a car that has, large side skirts or a truck or something like that and you can't clear them. And you put those on to extend the pads up a little further to make more room on the side over here. Another thing that I was curious about is to see how high this lift goes on those top locks. Now, the frame of the car over here, it's about 6 foot to 6'2" in some areas. So you have a pretty good height on this thing, on the top locks. And you can always put those extensions to go a little further up if you wanted to on the pads. Now to lower the car, you gotta take it off the locks by raising it up a little bit. And then you push this down to release all the locks. And as you're pushing that down, you push down on this lever. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And the car is down. Now, when you go up, these things actually lock into place here and hold the arms in place so they don't swing around. That's another feature this lift has. It also has some rubber padding over here, so when you open up the door, you don't hit it on the metal. Now the lift also comes with some literature. This is a good book to have. From any car from 91, 2016, it gives you all the lifting points using this lift. And you have some safety stuff here. You also have a book which outlines all the maintenance procedures on when to torque and how much to torque the bolts on the bottom of the posts, and oiling the cables and checking for wear and stuff like that. One last thing to mention is that this lift comes in 2 different width configurations. I have it in a wide configuration. As you can see up there, there's actually 2 different holes where this can should be mounted. And the wide one is 145 inches. For all the exact dimensions, you could just go on Bendpak's website and they'll give you all the information you need. So guys, this is my awesome Bendpak lift. The advantage of me having this will be I'll be getting way better camera angles from underneath the car. But don't worry, I'll still be making some videos on the floor, so that's not completely over yet. But thanks for watching, subscribe, like me, and share me. Toodles!